Hi friends, welcome back to another reading. Today we're going to be looking at what is your unique essence. So what makes you you, your personality, your drive, motivation, ambition, everything that we need to know about you is going to be here. Think of this as your little hype reading. So I hope you enjoy. Sit back and let me do the work. You just listen. Go ahead and choose your pile. Hi there, Pile 1. Welcome to your reading. Today we're going to be looking at what is your essence, your personality, what makes you you, essentially. And I'm so excited to get into this. But let's talk about it. So we have the Five of Swords with Tattletale. Now, this is not initially what you're thinking. If you're looking at this reading and you're like, me, a tattletale snitch? No, this is not what that means. I do feel like what makes you you is that you are so humble is what I'm hearing, and you are so kind. And I feel like you have such big dreams and ambitions for the world. And you are intelligent. I feel like you are very intelligent, and I feel like you have such big dreams. And I also feel like your essence, there's something about you being able to pick up energy anywhere that you go. Like when you're in a community, there's something about you being able to pick up energy like no other, and being able to see things that other people don't originally. And I almost kind of feel like people in the past maybe have like shamed you or guilted you for this, and I feel like they tried to put you down because they were afraid of the messages you'd pull through or the wisdom you had. So I do feel like it's part of your essence that you receive a lot of wisdom, and in turn you share that with the world, with what you see, what you know, what you feel. I'm hearing clairsentience. I don't know if so. There's like the 5 clairs, and I'm pretty sure you've heard that before, that term. But if not, there's one clair that talks about like being a clair feeler, like being able to feel other people's emotions, being able to feel energy. And I feel like that's you. And I feel like you are such a big feeler, and you're humble about that. I feel like part of your essence is like you like to stay in small groups, you like to do small community kind of things, and I feel like people adore that about you. And I feel like your essence is genuinely so touching. And I'm hearing ingenue essence. Like I know that was like a makeup style, I think, going over TikTok. Like I don't know, but like look up ingenue essence. I think that might make a lot of sense to you. But that's kind of like the vibe or the energy that I'm getting from this pile. Like very cutesy, adorable. I have such big dreams. I wear my heart on my sleeve. And obviously you could have been hurt a lot before, which contributed to like maybe toughening up, or contributed to hiding your feelings in order to remain protected, which is completely understandable. It's a defense mechanism, and in order to keep ourselves safe, we had to do what we had to do at the time, right? So there's no shame or guilt here. Let's get into it. Spirit, tap me in. Pile 1's essence, their vibe, their personality. I was gonna say persona. So maybe you guys like to project a very cute persona and a very adorable one, but like deep down y'all are just kind of like out here in the trenches. And I not like in a bad way, but more so kind of like y'all are mysterious, y'all know you're the shit, but don't flaunt that necessarily. Let's see, pile 1's. What are my pile 1's essence? Ooh, forgiveness, full moon. Wow, okay, this is a really powerful card. I feel like your essence is you have a lot of compassion for those around you. You have moon dance celebration. Look how beautiful this is. I want to take this. Okay, that is so beautiful. Okay, I feel like this is like just you, and I feel like you are so compassionate. You have a lot of compassion, you have a lot of empathy for people, but it's not what you give to other people that makes up your essence. I feel like you see a lot of depth and truth in emotions, and emotions are valuable to our existence. And I think that you've been in a community where people believe that emotions are invaluable or just a waste of time. But I feel like for you, your essence is actually about harmonizing with feelings, harmonizing with inner work, harmonizing with your shadows, and coming to meet yourself. I'm almost kind of feeling like, how can I meet myself at the fullest? You know, that's your essence. And I feel like your compassionate self, I feel like you have a lot of self-compassion for yourself, and I feel like you've practiced a lot of that. And although you're not perfect, and none of us are, I do feel like you've reached a point where you're able to meet yourself and see yourself. And I'm hearing Mirrors by Justin Timberlake, which is such a beautiful song, but it's not necessarily about another person, like a romantic person, although it could be for you. But I feel like it's about looking at yourself and seeing yourself and holding yourself at the deepest, rawest level. And because you do that, I feel like your essence is very pure. Your essence is very, I suppose, like humble. It's very not watered down, but it's more so, it's blossoming. It's like a cherry blossom is what I'm getting. Like your essence is a soft cherry blossom, and it's pink and it's pretty and it's really, really in touch with the heart. But I'm also picking up on gold. Like your essence has gold, like your aura, it's got gold in there. So amidst all the pink and the soft floweriness, there's a sort of regalness within you that you have. And I feel like you have a lot of self-compassion, or at least try to practice that a lot with yourself. And as a result, I feel like people, they feel very safe around you. They feel like you adore them. They feel like you really see them for who they are. And I feel like you share a lot of valuable emotional wisdom to them, to the people around you as well. And I do feel like what makes up your essence and what makes you you is that you are very harmonious. There's something very harmonious about your features as well, something very harmonious about the way you move. And not just that, but your energy. There's something very in sync about you. I'm hearing I'm right where I need to be at the right time. You could very much be into music, and you feel yourself through music. Like you're a big feeler, big time, and music just helps you get into like, it just helps channel you, if that makes sense. I'm such a big music person. I love almost every kind of music except country. Like I just can't do country, but I do feel like you find I feel like you are such a great listener, and you have a knack for picking up on details that other people don't. And especially in music, I feel like you are the type to listen to not very specific kind of music, although it could be like you have a specific genre you really, really like. But I'm feeling that you pick up on harmony, you pick up on details really easily, but not necessarily just in music. It's more so, how do I word this? It's everywhere. It's like you can pick out the details in people, in messages, in artwork. It's like someone creates art, and then someone else with a different perspective might be like, oh, it's just a bunch of lines. But then you're over here and you're like, no, this person was creating something from their heart space, and they're expressing that. And look how the lines move. They didn't just do that on accident, and they put that there like that for a reason. And I feel like you have such a unique perspective on the things around you, and it's valuable. I feel like you have an active third eye as well, which adds to your essence. I do feel like you have the ability to see truth and see things compassionately and see things in a beautiful lens. And I feel like this compassion is something that has never left you. I'm hearing that. Like it's been there for a long time, even if it may be covered by baggage or hidden because of like pain. I do feel like this is something you return to when you do heal yourself, which makes you you. You're compassionate, wholesome side. You're very wholesome, and it's beautiful. And I do feel like you shine a lot. I feel like when you're with other people, your essence shines a lot. And I feel like people can feel this on such a strong level, that you are not just someone who rushes throughout the day, but you're someone who takes their time and has a very specific routine and moves according to how you want to move. You don't move to the pace of other people. And I feel like people really, I'm hearing when people slow down and they look at you, they really, really take their time to look at you. They see such beauty. They see such how you take care of yourself. It's almost like I can't explain it. But how you take care of yourself is much more than physical. It's a soul level. You really, really hold your soul, and you do a lot of soul work and shadow work. And I almost kind of feel like people really see your purest authenticity. They see your light when they really take their time to look at you. And I feel like you've dealt with a lot of projections because people, I don't know if you've ever dealt with this before, most likely, but people would just rush when they look at you. They would rush when they meet you and miss out on all the vital, beautiful parts of you, and therefore make an assumption, make a projection of you. And then you meet the right people, and it's like they slow down, they look at you, and I'm seeing the big picture and then the small details, and it's beautiful. And I feel like you have a lot of small details about you that people really, really adore. Like maybe you wear your hair a certain way, or you dress a certain way, or you speak a certain way, or you hold yourself a certain way. Something about your presence is very refined. It's very much you, and like they can't find that in anybody else. It's maybe it's the way you wear your clothes. You don't just buy clothes and expect your body to fit the clothes, but the clothes have to fit you, which is the difference when it comes to you. You don't just wear your clothes, you style them, right? And I do feel like that's something that people really pick up on you. You could have a very beautiful figure as well that people really like about you. And I feel like you radiate comfort in the dark, not because you give that to other people, but because you've learned to be okay with your shadows. It's because you've learned to sit in your shadows, and you've learned to honor them and let them be your teacher. And as part of your essence, you're like a moon in the dark night, like literally. When people look at the moon in the dark night, especially if it's a full moon, they're in awe. Like that's you, that's your essence, and it's so beautiful. So beautiful. And I feel like when people are around you, it's like a slow, jazzy kind of theme starts playing, and people are like, oh, like, you know, this is how she pulled up to the function. You don't have to be a woman for this to resonate, but this is how they pulled up to the function in their finest clothes, their nice wine glass. I don't know if you drink alcohol, but I hope you get in the picture. They pulled up to the function with their wine glass, their finest, luxurious clothes, and the energy is just, you're just eating it up. Like, I feel like people get a sense of luxury from you, but not necessarily physically. It's your energy. It's how you move. It's your inner gold. You know, I saw like you had a really golden egg in you, and then surrounding that egg is just a bunch of pink. And I feel like that's just you, and it's beautiful. And I feel like you are this moon in the night where you shine so brightly, and people look at you in awe because they just feel your harmonious energy everywhere you go. I feel like your energy is so harmonious and it's so influential, right? I feel like you inspire people to slow down. You inspire people because this is what you do with yourself, right? You're slow, you take your time, there's no need to rush when you talk. Like, I notice I'm speaking very smoothly and slowly, and it's like baritone. Like, you have such a soothing voice. That's how I would describe it. And sometimes when I channel, like, my movements or my voice might change to, I guess, reflect the energy right now. So that's what I picked up. Like, I feel like you guys have such a gorgeous voice. It's the way that you speak. You don't rush yourself, which makes your essence beautiful. And I feel like people feel like it's a late night club. And I'm not talking like clubbing in the modern day. I'm talking like those vintage theater times where it's like they have the red curtains drawn and it's just an intimate scene between two people. And I feel like when people walk in the room, it just gets intimate. Not in an uncomfortable way, not like let's take our clothes off kind of way, no, but like I see you for who you are and it's beautiful. Like, that's the kind of vibe, a jazzy, comfortable, intimate, late night vibe I get from you. And it's beautiful. Oh my God, I love this. The more I just sit in your energy, it's so beautiful. Wow. Even I'm enamored. Like, even I feel like you're very regal. And you have like this vintage, timeless beauty. You have a timeless love. Oh, I love this. Oh my God, I never want to leave your energy. It's so addicting. I wonder if that's how people feel. Like, it's so addicting. It's so calming. It's so serene. It's so like vintage and not vintage as in like, it's vintage as in like you're classy. You know, you'll never have another one like me. Like classy as in unforgettable. Vintage as in I'm irreplaceable, right? That's the kind of energy. You could absolutely love vintage movies and vintage clothing and vintage lines and whatnot, but or study history. But I almost kind of feel like it's your energy. And it's very strong. I feel like your energy is the type to permeate spaces slowly, like creeping vines, creeping tree roots, like that, and it permeates slowly, slowly. It doesn't, like, it's not a force field where it's like boom, 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 and like tower moment. Like, no, your energy is very smooth and jazz-like, and it's like flowy, and it's so pretty. It's so pretty. It's like water, but even smoother than water. Water moves a little too harsh when you push it, right? It's very, very smooth, like molasses, like honey. Oh my God, I love this. Your energy is like pure honey. I love it. Yeah, I feel like people do get very strung on you. They get very hooked on you because it's just, they're eating it up, you know? But I feel like your essence is truly one of a kind and truly irreplaceable. Truly, truly irreplaceable. And I feel like with all these dark hues, I almost kind of feel like I'm picking up this Neptunian energy, Uranian energy, almost kind of like, haha, Uranus, but anyway, we don't talk about that. I'm almost kind of picking up, like, you have very dreamy, ethereal intuitiveness to you that people really pick up on you, and it's your essence. I do feel like you are a dreamy soul. You have a very dreamy soul, and it's like an egg. And now I'm seeing like a third color. So there's pink all around you. There's like a golden egg, and then I'm seeing like from the egg itself, there's a radiating, pulsating blue energy, like this color here. Like, it's like that. That's what I'm seeing. And I feel like your essence is, it truly comes from yourself internally. It's not like an external influence. It's not like someone's adding on to you. It's not like someone is hyping you up and then you're like, oh, that's me. Like, no, you know who you are. And I feel like it comes from an inward sense of trust and like self-assuredness here. Yeah, I do feel like sometimes you guys may struggle with overthinking and like anxious thoughts, but I feel like when you guys take your time to come back inward, your essence is like truly, truly activated, right? And it's beautiful. And I feel like you guys really I feel like you guys went through a lot of bullying when you were younger. And I'm so sorry to have, like, if you have, like, you know, I do feel like all of us were bullied in some kind of way or some form, but I feel like you didn't just sit there and, like, took that. I feel like you learned to honor your sensitivity and honor, well, in fact, what even is sensitivity? Can we even measure that? You know what I mean? I almost kind of feel like you were like, you know what? I am not sensitive. I am an emotional human being, and I have emotional awareness, and that is the truth, whether you like it or not. I feel like you've learned to accept that, and you know that what people say is not inherently true, and you know that your sensitivity cannot be measured. And so when people say to you that, like, oh, you're so sensitive, you're such a crybaby, it's like you use logic on them, and you're like, well, can you measure that? What's considered too emotional? What is considered too sensitive for you, right? So I almost kind of feel like you use logic against people, and it's so funny. I feel like you have so much fun when you do that because you really put people in their place. So I feel like you have a very jazzy energy, but like your mind is sharp, intelligent, witty, quick with it. Like, you have comebacks. And I feel like you've really, really built up yourself, and it's so beautiful, so beautiful. And oh my gosh, pure goddess energy. And I feel like you really, really built yourself up from nothing, and from the things that people told you. People try to tell you who you were, and then you built yourself up, and here you are. And I feel like you take a lot of pride in that. And when I don't mean pride as in like being egotistical, but you take a lot of honor and pride in the kind of person you are. I heard the kind of woman I am, like, so maybe you are a female watching this, but like, I feel like you really do take your time, and you are very prideful in who you are, and you know you have every right to like who you are and to refine that, right? I love this energy. I really do. I feel like you guys are so smooth. You guys are so easy to talk to. I feel like you guys are private, not emotionally unavailable, but selective. I feel like you guys are privately selective with people, and that's what makes you even more alluring and mysterious and adds to your essence, right? Which is so beautiful. But I really hope that you enjoyed this reading, pile one. It was such a pleasure having you here. Feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. It would greatly help this channel grow. And I really hope that you have a great one. And thank you so much for being here. Bye. Hi there, pile two. Welcome to your reading. Today we're going to be looking at your essence, basically like your persona, personality, just you, your energy. What's it like, you know? Pile one was super interesting, so I definitely want to see what we're going to get for you. So we have the Queen of Cups, right? This is flutes, the caregiver. Okay, first of all, I'm talking to a baddie right now. I am, whether you are a man or woman, I am talking to a baddie right now. Because the Queen of Cups did not come to play. It did not. I'm actually being told to pull a card from my shitpost deck. I actually did not do this for pile one. I kind of forgot. Like, pile one just had a beautiful energy. But I will continue this. I feel like I'm being told to pull. So I made a shitpost deck when I was high, and it's got some funny things up in here. It's got some funny meme language. So if you speak my language, you'll enjoy this. But if not, we'll talk about it. So Spirit, tap me into pile two. What's their essence like? Tap me into pile two, because they're a bad bitch and I can tell. Ooh. When you take out your clothes and find money in your pockets, King of Pentacles. I love this. Okay, I love this. I feel like you guys have such... Oh my god. First of all, we have the King and the Queen. You guys are it. You guys have your money down. I feel like you guys have your emotions down. You've got your money. You got your apartment, your car. You got everything that you want. I feel like you have. And even if you don't, I do feel like there's a part of you that recognizes that you do deserve that, and you are working towards that. There's a part of you that's trying to expand emotionally right now, and I feel like you have so much awareness on who you want to be, and not only that, you have a lot of respect for who you currently are, and it's beautiful. And I feel like you have such a balanced masculine and feminine energy to you. And I feel like you are the type to not rush into things. You are the type to think first and think about, how is this going to impact me emotionally? And that further builds up your emotional awareness, which makes up your essence. I feel like you have such a balanced masculine and feminine type of energy to you. And I almost kind of feel like I'm seeing the Rider-Waite deck in my head, and like, you know how the Queen of Cups has the chalice but it's closed? I'm being pointed to that specifically because the chalice represents her emotional wisdom, her maturity, her growth, her insights, and her boundaries. And like, I feel like for you, you don't just give like that anymore. Although this person is giving, you don't just give without caution. You don't just give without a sense of like, why am I doing this? You don't just give without having some sort of respect for your time and energy. I feel like that's changed a lot for you, and part of your essence is being emotionally aware and being very vulnerable, you know, but not just to everyone. I feel like you are very selective and private with that, and I feel like your essence is honoring your heart, you know. It's about honoring your growth and maturity. And I'm seeing doves, like, I don't know why, but like, I feel like you guys are very divinely guided and protected, and you have a lot of spiritual messengers around you. So your essence is very spiritual, I will say that. I think that when people meet you, they feel like you have some sort of witcheriness to you, or you have some sort of spiritualness to you that they can't explain, or they're drawn to you in ways they can't really find words for. And I think it's because you are a very intuitive person and you are very spiritual. You're a spiritual baddie, okay? But I also feel like part of your essence is to not necessarily be lost in a spirit realm and be like delusional, but it's also to have a lot of security and abundance and physical abundance in your lifetime. So I do feel like when people look at you, they think that you're it. Okay, you like have the house, you maybe have the apartment, you have the car, you have the money, or you dress luxuriously, or maybe you don't even flaunt any of that at all. But when people look at you, it's like they can tell just by your energy alone that it's abundant, all right, and you're not here to play, you know. So I really, really feel like when people are around you, they feel mothered, but it's not like you're going out of your way to do that because you know your boundaries. It's more so like they feel not scolded, but they feel like they have to come correct when they're around you. They have to come right because you appear high maintenance is what I'm hearing. You appear high maintenance, and therefore you cannot be treated like you are low maintenance. Yeah, like you can't be given just the bare minimum. I feel like when people come to you, they have to come correct or they don't come at all. Like, that's your essence. But I also feel like you have a lot of awareness for people who struggle. So I don't know, I'm hearing like donation and like helping out in like local shelters and such. I don't know if you like do that, which is wonderful, like, you know. And I feel like you are very compassionate and humble, and you don't let small things get in the way of your life. You don't let issues get in the way. I feel like you have a very compassionate way of viewing people who do struggle. I feel like you try not to take it personally, and you are the kind of person to be like, well, I see what this person is going through, and I see how that would impact how they treat me. Is that my fault? No, but I wish them the best on their healing journey, and I'm gonna go do my thing. I feel like that's who you are. I feel like that's your essence, which is beautiful. But your essence is not about what you can give to other people, though. It's about you. So, Spirit, tap me into pile 2's essence, please. Beauty of their essence. Tell me about their essence. Who are they? Support moon circles. Oh, okay. I love this. We're going to get you one more, by the way. So, I did that for pile 1. We got them 2. I don't know. I was so drawn into pile 1's energy, I forgot about my shitpost deck. Oopsies. Tap into this energy. I feel like the energy is so calm right now. It's just beautiful. Spirit, tell me about pile 2's essence, please. I'm hearing Celtic and pagan roots, which is actually interesting. We have self-regulation, exalted moon. What did I say? Oh my god, this makes so much sense. I love when this happens. I love when spirit starts to make sense. Okay. So what I want to talk about is you could be like a Taurus moon, Libra moon. You could be, or have a lot of Venus influence in your chart. If you don't, that's okay. You're still welcome here. But I feel like you have learned to really regulate your emotions and your capacity to handle emotions. Like you've really, really stepped up and you've really done that for yourself. And I'm also hearing it's time for you to do the same. Like, I feel like you also hold people to the standards you hold yourself to. And if they don't meet that, then you are more than happy to cut them off. But I feel like you do it from a very compassionate sense. Like, you do it from the place of, like, are they helping my future? Are they being beneficial to my healing and growth? Are they adding to that? Or are they taking away, right? And you have compassion. You have compassion not just for them, but for yourself. Like, I deserve the best, and I deserve some love, too. And I don't deserve half-assed treatment. So I almost kind of feel like you are looking out for yourself, and you are also looking out for others. You are doing right by you and doing right by what you feel is best. And I feel like your essence is really, really beautiful. I feel like you're out here. I get the feeling you have a secret garden vibe to you, and people want in. People want to know what's going on in your mind. People want to know what you're thinking, what you're doing, what you're up to, what are your next plans, your goals. And people feel like you are there's something traditional about you. Traditional about the way, not how you look, although it could be, like, you have very traditional features. You have very unconventional features, and it's beautiful to people. Like, it just catches them off guard. Like, they're struck by your beauty. You could definitely have that. You could have, like, softer features, blonde hair, paler eyes. You could, if not, that's okay. You could have, like, softer features. You don't have to be white for this to resonate. You could be black, and you could have softer features, and people love that about you. You could have softer curves. You could have bigger breasts, or if you're a guy, you could be more on the softer side. You could be medium height, have, like, more softer features on the face, have more of a chiseled body. We have the King of Pentacles here, so I feel like you could have more of a chiseled body. But anyway, beyond that, I feel like there's something about your features that stand out to people that is very traditional, or they see it as very, I heard native, so you have, like, native features. I don't know, but maybe you know what I mean. And I feel like people are very drawn to you. They want in on your circle. They want in on your friend group. They want to be on your PR list. Like, people are out here wanting to know what you know. And I feel like what makes you you is that you shine so brightly. I feel like you are someone who's action oriented in the best way possible, not rushing into things, but you do take your time, and when you have your mind set on something and you know it's good for you in your future, you go after it. And that's what you're focused on. You're a very focused, disciplined person, and you don't always share everything with everybody. And as a result, I feel like your essence is like this secret garden, like this secret, I'm hearing a threshold. It's like a threshold, or it's like an opening, and I'm seeing like there's an arch, but it's covered in green moss, and like that's just your energy. Like, it's beautiful. Like, but that archway is not open to everybody. And you know what I'm seeing? I'm seeing, and like, the archway is there, But if someone who doesn't belong tries to get in, there's like a force field stopping them. But when someone who's meant for you comes in, it's like they glide right through the force field easily, because their energy matches that frequency, if that makes sense. I hope it makes sense. Your energy is so unique, and like I'm seeing that like many people aren't able to get in because they're not the right people. They're superficial, or they project, or they make a lot of assumptions, and they're just going to bring more bullshit to your space, and you don't need that. So I almost kind of feel like you have a lot of like boundaries set up here, not walls, but you have boundaries, all right? And I feel like what makes your essence unique is that you have like this secret garden energy, and people know you're very abundant, and you may not flaunt that a lot because, you know, confidence is loud. No, confidence is quiet, insecurities are loud, basically. Yeah. And I feel like you don't need to flaunt that because it is you. You don't need to go out of your way to impress anybody, you know, and tell them your secrets right away. There's no need for that here. And it's beautiful. And I feel like people really feel like when they're in your circle, I feel like people pick up this trusted motherly vibe to you, but it's not exactly motherly, if that makes sense. It's more so like, I know you have my back and I have yours, and I can trust you the way you trust me. And there's this beautiful energy of like abundance and security, and when people come to you, they feel like you have, like, you give them a home energetically, right? It's like a home. You like radiate home vibes, but spiritually. And I feel like the people closest to you see such deeper sides to you. They get your wisdom, they get your knowledge, they are able to see your rawest self, and that's because they, you know, you trust them, and they've proven themselves worthy to you. And I feel like with these people, you have a close-knit community type of vibe, you have a close-knit community type of energy, and you know. And I'm being told that like the cactuses here hold water for a very long time, so I almost feel like you have a lot of endurance in your energy. Like you have a lot of stamina, you have a lot of endurance, you have a lot of patience. And I heard patience is like a virtue, so I wonder if that's something that you do believe in. But I feel like for you, your essence is truly one of a kind, and you have an energy that when you walk into a room, you don't let that other energy influence you. You influence the energy that's already in the room. Like that's your vibe. And I feel like it just happens naturally because you are so confident in yourself, and you are so self-assured that you don't have to worry about things. You don't have to worry about the minute things anymore, because you're not, it's like the out of sight, out of mind mentality that I feel like you have, and it's beautiful, and it works for you. And I feel like your energy is very much like a rainbow too, like a prism of a rainbow energy, and it's so unique. I feel like, you know, and I'm seeing like somebody stand there, and like the rainbow energy is going like this, like all around them, and it's beautiful, beautiful shimmers, beautiful colors, and it just blends seamlessly, and it's beautiful. Like I feel like that's your energy, like spiritually. And I feel like the people closest to you really, really see all sides of you, and they really, really get the best from you. And because it's not because you're freely giving that because you don't have boundaries, it's because you know that this is who you are. You are compassionate and kind, not nice, because nice means, I don't know if you ever heard there's a difference between being kind and being nice. Being nice is for like, it's like a people pleaser kind of thing, and being kind has boundaries, if that makes sense. And I feel like you have such a strong distinction between the two, you know. And I do feel like if you participate in like giving to the poor and like donating and helping out in shelters and such like that, I feel like people really look up to you for that. They feel very inspired by you. They admire that about you. And I feel like your essence is truly one of a kind. I feel like you have a lot of compassion for those either in your circumstance or outside of your circumstance. Like I feel like you have so much awareness that you want to help people. And I feel like you do help a lot of people to be themselves. And I feel like you foster a really beautiful community and beautiful world around you. And it's like when people who are strangers, when they're around you, they can feel that there's something much deeper to you than you let on. And it's not because you're the type to hide things because you're a liar. No, it's because you are selective. And if that person wants to get to know you, well, then they should put in the work, basically, right? I feel like you are very in touch with your feminine energy, and I feel like you do listen to your feminine energy, and you you learn when to pull back, you learn when to not force things, you've learned that, right? And I feel like it pays off very well because you don't exert things that are out of your control anymore, and you'd rather focus on what's going well than to continue doing what's unhealthy and what's not going great. But I feel like your essence is, I'm drawn to this bull and how it has like a lot of strong features. You could have a lot of strong physical features whether you're a male or female, and I feel like people are very drawn to that. And I feel like there's something about your features making you seem more regal and mysterious, and there's something about that. You could have Aries in your chart, or be an Aries rising, but there's something about like your features being and your bone structure just standing out. And I don't know if you dealt with people just looking at your body and wanting you for your body, and I don't mean to say that in a very hurtful way. It's I don't know if you've dealt with that, and then you're kind of like, no, you cannot touch this. This is my temple. This is my sacred space. You cannot want in just because you said that you wanted in. Like, if you want this, you have to work towards having me and creating space for me, you know? Which I love that. And I feel like people may look at you in your body and maybe you were like a sex symbol is what I heard to some people like in the past. And I almost kind of feel like you've grown to have a healthier relationship with your body now, and you respect it for what it does and how it is and how it looks, and you expect the same from other people. Therefore, you're not going to allow yourself to be treated like a sex symbol, and you're not going to tolerate people who objectify you anymore is what I'm getting. And I feel like you are so strong. You're strong in your heart. And here's the thing. You are not strong in the way that you're like overly defensive and emotionally absent. You're strong in the way that you have a lot of emotional awareness and truth, and you honor that. And you're not going to let anybody take that away from you. That's the kind of strength that I'm getting, which is beautiful, 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 beautiful. I love that for you. But yeah, that's what I have for you, pile 2. Thank you so much for being here, and I hope that this resonated. Feel free to hit the thumbs up, subscribe, hit the notification bell for when I do post. It's a pleasure having you here. Bye. Pile 3, welcome to your reading. Today we're going to be looking at your essence, basically like your personality, your aura, and how people perceive you maybe. I mean, for the past 2 piles, like I've been picking up on like how people perceive them. So it kind of goes hand in hand. But let's talk about it. We had the 9 of Wands, meeting parents. Okay, this don't take it quite literally. We'll talk about it. I want to get you a shitpost card. I made this deck when I was high. I call it the shitpost deck, and it's just got like a bunch of meme stuff on here. So let's see what we get for you. I didn't pull for pile 1 because like I was so drawn into their energy. I forgot to do this. Like their energy was just one of a kind, but like honestly, I feel like everyone's energy here today is one of a kind. It's beautiful. But let's see what we get for you, pile 3. This is about you. So Spirit, tap me into my pile 3s and their essence. Talk to me. What is pile 3's essence? Their energy. What is it like being around them? What's it like? Ooh, okay. Ooh. Me after a long day of being a magical ass bitch. 6 of Wands. Absolutely. Oh my god. Okay, I love this. I love this already. Let's get you some other cards. You're a magical bitch up in here. And I mean that in a very loving way. Let's get you Spirit, tap me into my pile 3. What's their essence and their aura like, Spirit? What's it like to be around my pile 3? Essentially. What's it like to be around my pile 3, Spirit? Who are my pile 3s? Ooh, we have patience with the moon cycle, and the triangle right there is calling out to me, by the way. I'm hearing sacred geometry. I don't know if like some of you guys have like looked into that, which is incredibly interesting. What are my pile 3's energy like, Spirit? These look like middle fingers. Oh my god. You guys are so cool. Okay, we have truth, moon rising. Ooh, I love how the phases here are just like in sync. Okay, not in sync, but like very similar design. Super interesting. Let's talk about this. Okay, for you, you guys, it's no secret that you guys are a magical, whimsical ass bitch up in here. Trippy, hippie kind of vibes is what I'm getting. Like super cool vibes. Super chill, super funny. Like, you guys are the unique friend of the group is what I'm getting, the jokester of the group. And I feel like you guys are the jokester of the group, absolutely, but there's something much deeper than just that. And I think that you guys already know this, is that there's many layers and dimensions to you than people expect or realize about you. And you get it. I feel like there's a part of you that gets it, that we all have a persona, that we all project something that is not necessarily accurate at first glance. And I feel like you know this, but that doesn't deter you from the fact that you are multidimensional and can be. I feel like you are multidimensional. And you kind of give me like fuck all vibes. Like, I just do what I want. And I love that. The Nine of Wands is also someone who's a passionate believer in what they do. Someone who exerts a lot of stamina. Someone who's assertive. Someone who's not afraid to speak their truth here. And someone who's firm. And this handshake is making me think of like firmness and like stability. And like, you know, I feel like people will probably tell you that you are an agreeable person and that you are easy to talk to. I also feel like people would also say you have a lot of opinions and perspectives on different circumstances, different situations, and that you know a lot. I feel like you are a very knowledgeable person. But not only that, I feel like there's a part of you that part of your essence is about awakening people's childhood in the best way, like their inner child. I feel like your energy goes straight to people's inner child, and you really get to the heart of the matter is what I'm hearing. And for when you're around people, the heart of the matter is the inner child for you. And I feel like you really strongly ascribe to that, and you help build a lot of security and abundance with the inner child when you're with people. But it's not about what you give people, and I've said this for all the piles. Your essence is not about what you give to people, but it helps me get a sense of like who you are and like what's it like, you know. But I feel like for you, who you are is that, I don't know why I'm picturing somebody, like there's this house, right, obviously, and then it's like someone opening the door and they're like, come in, like welcome in. But it's like a trip to the past. It's not like we're sitting comfortable in a house right now in the present moment. It's more like a trip to the past, but like, let me show you something, let me tell you something. Like, it's that kind of energy. Let me show you something you haven't seen before is the kind of energy I'm getting. What in the Narnia is this? But yeah, I feel like you open a lot of gateways for people energetically and also physically too. I feel like you talk to people and you're like, hey, let me show you something. Let me show you what this means. Let me give you a different perspective on this. Let me come through as the magical unicorn bitch, okay? I feel like that's just your energy, and your essence is truly inspiring to people, and I feel like it's truly unique, and it's truly, truly beautiful, because there's so much awareness and there's so much truth. And I just saw 555, and I feel like when you meet people, you change their life. Your energy is like constantly changing too. I don't feel like it's one set way. It's like fireworks, right? And fireworks are like bottled up and canned up, and when they explode, they're like so many different colors and their formations can be so different. I feel like that's your energy, you know. And I feel like you have a very pragmatic mind. I do feel like you have a very linear mind, a very organized mind. I feel like you like that about you, but then your energy comes in and it's like fireworks. It's like I can't define it. It's how it is, you know. But there's a lot of spark. There's a lot of like homeliness. There's a lot of like it's giving. Okay, I don't know if this is gonna help me explain what I'm saying. I'm hearing synesthesia. Like, I don't know if you guys have synesthesia, but like, it's this song and it's from Narva and it's Memory Reboot. Listen to that song and tell me what kind of vibes you get. It's like futuristic, panorama kind of vibes, but this, I don't know how to describe it. It's almost like you guys have really cool. Oh, what's his name? You guys know like Blade Runner. Oh, damn it! What's his name? It's that one scene where it's like, you look lonely. Let me fix that. And Ana de Arma, I think that's how you say her name, is in that, and there's this guy, I cannot remember his name for the life of me, but he's so, I'm gonna look it up right now. Ryan Gosling, I think, is the name. Okay, so I did a little bit of research, and it's Ryan Gosling. I don't know how I forgot that, but Blade Runner 2049 is an absolute banger, and I feel like that is you. Now I'm going to explain how your energy is basically a movie, but sit with me on this one. It's a bit of a roller coaster, and I appreciate you being here. I feel like you are patient, because like we have patience right here, so but all right, so Ana de Armas is in the movie, and basically the movie is about technology and how that impacts like our thinking, our modern day. But not only that, it's how technology impacts our identity in the movie. And it's like ego versus the inner self versus the soul, and like that's kind of like what the movie's about. And it has a lot of themes with like, it's like futuristic, modernized way of explaining spirituality in the movie basically. And if you have not watched the movie, you may not even know what the hell I'm talking about, but just watch the scene where it's like, you look lonely, I can fix that. And Ryan Gosling is kind of there looking up at the woman in pure awe. Just look at that scene and listen to Memory Reboot by Narvin. I feel like that's just like your vibe. Like, I don't know how to explain it. It's just, you have such a spiritual, futuristic kind of vibe, and I am living for it, and I love it. And I feel like when you meet people, the point is that when they meet you, they have no idea what they're running into. They have no idea what they're going to expect when they meet you. I feel like you are unpredictable, but in the best way possible. And you love chaos. Like, you thrive on chaos is the vibe of what I'm getting. And when people meet you, they have no idea what's going to hit them. And when that does happen, when you do hit them, not physically, but like when your spiritualness hits them, that's when they're like, oh shit, I messed with the wrong one. Or, oh shit, this person has dropped a level of wisdom I have not heard since, I don't know, but it's like that. And I almost feel like your essence is truly, truly unpredictable, but you're a harbinger of change. You're a harbinger of truth. And I do feel like at some point it was hard for you to sit with that, because bringing the truth is not a comfortable thing. And I do feel like it's been an uphill battle just honoring that. And then now here you are just honoring that. You're honoring your truth. You're honoring the kind of changes that you bring to people's life. And you're like, you know what? I'm not here to make people comfortable. I'm here to enlighten people. I am here to bring the truth and serve people and serve cunt all day. And I feel like for you, you're just kind of like, you either take the truth or you don't, but that'll tell me who you are. Like, that's the vibe I get from you, like detached, unbothered, cool, chill type of vibe. And you know you are the shit. Like, I feel like you are confident in knowing that you are the shit and knowing that you have a lot of wisdom to say. And I feel like you get really excited to meet new people too, because you have so much to share to them. Not just hot tea and hot gossip, but like you have so much wisdom and inspiration to share to people. It's giving Aquarius vibe, heavy Aquarius and air sign energy here. But you could also be a Leo, because I picked up on like the fireworks in like July and stuff like that. Or you could be Virgo, Leo, Cancer. Yeah, you could be one of those. But I feel like the vibe here is honestly beautiful. I feel like, and the thing is, you honor people's cycles too. You honor your own cycles. Like, we all have cycles where we're up and we're down, but I feel like you let it be, you know, and you let yourself learn and grow and be. And I feel like what's happening here is like, you don't interfere in that process. You don't try to get in the way of that. You see how the moons are going through different phases and they're all just there? I feel like that's you just honoring your process, is honoring how your soul moves. And if you are struggling, then you're struggling. If you're not struggling, then you're not struggling. That's just kind of how it is for you. And I feel like you let yourself flow and just go to where you need to be, you know? But I also feel like you're not, if you know something's not working for you, then you're ready to uproot everything, is the vibe I'm getting. You're not ready to sit there and take it. You will find a way to make a change happen. And I feel like it's because you know that there's better out there, and you know there's a better way to advance in a healing journey, you know? I do feel like you guys are so trippy. Your energy is so trippy. Like, you know how when you look at one of those trippy videos, those trippy art videos, and it's like a illusion, like a circle illusion, and there's so many different colors. It's like a kaleidoscope. That's your energy. And that's what people get sucked into when they meet you. And not in like a bad way. It's just, you're just so enticing. You're so trippy. You're so unique. You drop levels of wisdom. Prophet Muhammad hasn't dropped since I don't know when, but if you get what I mean. But like, you drop wisdom like no other album is what I'm gonna say, basically. And like, wow. I feel like you guys are truly unbothered out here, not giving a fuck, and you're just out here doing you, and people like that about, they love that about you, and I love that about you too. I do feel like you know that having uncomfortable conversations is the way to get to know people, and I feel like you're almost the type to walk up to people and just genuinely ask them, are you okay? What's going on in your life? Let's talk about it. I want to get to know you. I feel like you are the type to do that. And I feel like, if not, I'm picking up on two different groups here. You guys are very spontaneous, one group, and then another group is just more like, okay, let me get to know you, but start asking the hard questions a little bit later. Let me start asking the hard questions slowly, you know, to see how you're going to take it. Like, I feel like some of you guys are like that, like a little bit of a investigator here, which I love. But I feel like you guys have such strong morals, values, and beliefs that you have a very strong energy. Your energy is very strong. It's trippy and it's strong as fuck. And I feel like with the Nine of Wands, your essence is about reforming things from childhood that we thought were normal or quote unquote okay or quote unquote healthy. And I'm hearing that everyone thought it was normal because everyone experienced it, but it's not normal. That's what I'm hearing from you. I'm hearing that just because it's normalized doesn't mean that it's okay. Doesn't mean that it's healthy for us, right? And I feel like for you, you could be like an activist of some kind, or you could be like a motivational speaker, but like, I feel like for you, your essence is so strong. People feel it instantly. This isn't the type to slowly creep in and slowly permeate people's lives like pile one. This is the kind of energy that is like fireworks, like up, loud, in your face, everywhere. But it's in the best way possible, right? But I do feel like your intentions are to really just live life the best way you can and yeehaw your way. And learn the valuable things that you're meant to learn in this lifetime, and also share that with people, whether they stay or whether they stay for a long time or not. Like, I feel like you are here to bring truth to people, and you're good with that. You're good with delivering what you need to deliver and then go, you know? I feel like you guys check in day, check in, like, yeah, wow. And I almost kind of feel like there's something very kiddish about you guys too, and it's not like you guys don't have like how do I say this? It's not like regal in a sense that I picked up from the few other piles, but it's more so like your inner child is very vibrant and very noticeable, but not in the way that people normally think. When people say inner child, they think of a very goofy person, a very funny, a very humorous person, a very, like, you know, I think you know what I'm talking about. And obviously people can be like that, but I feel like for you, your inner child comes through very, like a child prodigy is what I'm getting. Like, you guys are a prodigy, okay? That is what I'm getting here. Like, strong prodigy vibes, and like, I love it. I am living for it, okay? That's just your energy. Wow. I'm hearing Sunshine by Janae Aiko. You could call me your baby boy. No, wait, wrong lyric. You can call me, what was it? You can call me, I can call you my baby boy. You can call me your baby girl. Sunshine, something like that. And I just feel like that's you guys. I feel like you guys come across really sparkly and unicorn-like, and then people bump into you and it's like, oh, welcome to 2049, where I'm a child prodigy. I love this. Okay, that is so unique. Yeah, you guys have such a unique way of looking, dressing, acting, a unique perspective on the world that people really value. And maybe there are people who don't, but you don't let that stop you. You don't let that get to you, which is absolutely wonderful. But yeah, this is so cool. And I feel like you guys are very fortified. Like, you guys have a really earthly energy to you. And there's something very grounded about how you move, and grounded about the way you bring in truths. But it's fiery and airy, like how it happens. You just drop it and then boom. But you have a very grounded way of moving in life. You move really stably. I know I said that you guys are like unpredictable, but like, it's just like so undefinable, and I love it. You guys are everything and nothing at the same time. I love it. Our menace to society, but in the best way possible. I love this. But yeah, pile 3, that is what I have for you. I really hope that this resonated with you, and I hope that you have a great day or night. Please hit the like, comment, wait, the like button, comment, and subscribe. Yeah, okay. Yeah, do that. It will help the channel grow, okay? Bye. Hi there, pile 4. Welcome to your reading. We're going to be looking at your essence, basically like your persona, personality, your energy. I've got some interesting messages for all the piles so far, so I'm excited to see what we're going to get for you. Let's get started. Ace of Wands, first impression rose. Do I need to say more? Y'all make a strong impression when you meet people, okay? I feel like your energy, it's much more about people perceiving you. It's more so like your energy is very, very, very elegant. There's something very elegant about your energy, but fiery. There's something very, you're a baddie, okay? Like, you are a baddie. Your energy just screams baddie energy. But there's something very refined and elegant and sweet about it as well. So I feel like you guys have a bit of a sweet nature to you. You're not exactly like a baddie, but like you are a certified baddie, if that makes sense. You guys are like a soft baddie is how I'd put it. But I feel like you guys make a very, very striking first impression on a lot of people. Your energy especially leaves a very strong imprint. And I feel like your energy is one of a kind, unforgettable. I do feel like it's something that lingers in people's minds and especially around them. Like, they can feel your energy even after you physically left. That's your energy. But let's get some other messages from the shitpost deck. I didn't do this for pile 1 because I was so drawn into their energy, but let's do it for you. But I made this deck when I was high, and like it's just got like a lot of meme language in there. Let's see. Spirit, describe to me pile 4's essence. Pile 4's essence, their energy. Ooh, so we got the same thing, I think, for pile 2. When you take out your clothes and find money in your pockets, King of Pentacles. Ooh, I love this. Okay. Alrighty, let's go. Not bad. Let's get you some other cards. I'll pick that up later. Got some cards for pile 4, Spirit. What's their energy like, Spirit? Pile 4's energy. Ooh, Quicksilver Moon changes. Beautiful. Let's get you another one. Yeah, you guys are absolutely stunning. Like, your figure, your body is giving, but your energy is giving too. We have Forgiveness, Full Moon. Wasn't it pile 2 that got that same card, or was it pile 1? I think it was pile 1. It was pile 1 that got that card. Okay, let's talk about it. So for you, your energy is truly, truly healthy vibes. I feel like you guys radiate a lot of health and abundance. And I do feel like you guys' energy is this shade of green. But I do feel like it's multi-dimensional. It's not just one solid green color like this. It's got specks of gold in it, which you could see right here. You see how it just emanates from her in straight lines. Like, I feel like that is part of your energy. And I'm picking up a lot of silver, like at the crest, in the middle, like in the beginning of you. Like, that's your energy. And the silver represents, like, how do I put it, emotional wisdom, maturity, awareness. The silver represents spirituality and the subconscious as well. I do feel, not to say that you're carrying a subconscious with you, I mean, we all do, but like, it's more so subconscious as in like you it's more so subconscious in the way that you how is it, Spirit? I feel like you walk in between dimensions. That's what that silver color is. I feel like you walk in between different dimensions, but you look hot when you do it. That's you, okay? You slay when you do that. I feel like when you go to sleep, you often roam different dimensions, and I feel like that's that silver because you're very connected to the dream world. And I feel like even in your waking life, you bring in a lot of that dream world energy with you wherever you go. But you radiate a lot of health and abundance and security. Also, with the swans, it makes me think of elegance even more, and it makes me think of someone who is put together. And the swans are they have to do a lot with the heart space too, right? Because when I'm seeing two swans come together and like they form a heart. That's what I'm seeing. I feel like you guys are very heart-centered individuals, and I feel like you guys are very passionate about that. You guys are very passionate about what the energy your heart brings through. As a result, we had this first impression rose because I feel like people really pick up on your heart-centered energy very quickly, you know? I feel like your aura is so expansive, it's so big. It's like Sagittarius, Jupiterian energy. So I don't know if you have that in your chart, but like I do feel like your essence is one of a kind in the way that you expand your heart space to other people. But I feel like it's not that people are taking. It's you have a threshold here. And I think that you very well know what that limit is to what people can take, and you have your boundaries, which is amazing. I do feel like the swan represents independency as well, and I feel like you are a very independent person. Even the Ace of Wands suggests that as well, that you are independent and you own that. So I do feel like your essence is truly about independence, and it's about being in that and not letting other people tell you what to do. And I feel like if you are in a relationship, because the two swans that I saw in my head forming a heart, if you are in a relationship, then you really like to hold on to your independency, which we love. No shame, no guilt. I feel like that is important to you, and it's important for you to be yourself, right? It's important for you to embody all qualities that you have, no matter who you're around. And because of that, I feel like that's why you take up a lot of space in the best way possible, and your energy is very big, it's very wide, because you are yourself completely. And I'm hearing that you may be a petite framed person. Like you could be like short, you could have a petite body figure, but your energy says a lot. Your energy is very expansive, and your energy speaks volumes for you, you know? And I feel like that's what really leaves an impression on people. They cannot forget you. There's a lot of silver here. I'm very, very drawn to the silver color. So I don't know if you wear silver jewelry and that's like how you channel yourself, and you rock silver jewelry. That's amazing. I also don't know why I'm picking up on Mako Mermaids, like H2O, like the season. I loved that show when I was a kid, and I still do. Still watch it. It's my comfort show. But I'm just picking up that. Like you have like a siren, mermaidy kind of vibe, but it's not siren as in like a darker, heavier energy. It's more so mermaid, where it's like bubbly, fun, light, and melodious, you know, kind of energy. Like that's the vibe that you give off, like friendly mermaid vibes by the beach. I love it. Maybe you really like the beach, but like your essence has to do a lot with water and like being in like sacred covens, sacred energy. It's very sacred. Like I feel like your soul has been to these sacred places before. It has been to sacred underground places, whether that be with water or tunnels, or like I feel like your soul likes to reside in places that are like secretive or just closed off to the world, or just like I don't know, like I hope you know what I'm saying. It's like a secret garden kind of energy, except it's water for you, and very earthy, like caves, mountain areas and stuff. Like that's what I get for you. Like your soul really likes those places and has been there before. Yeah, but I feel like you have a very mermaid kind of like essence to you, where it's like you're kind of like the beachy kind of girl. You don't have to be a woman for this to resonate, but like you radiate a lot of beach vibes. You radiate a lot of surfer vibes. Maybe you radiate a lot of like watery vibes, very ethereal and very flowy, and it's beautiful. But let me see. She looks like she has like wavy beachy hair too. It's very hard to tell, but like she looks like she does. And she does look tanned, which I love, and I love her outfit. I feel like you guys made like a lot of silky kind of clothing, and that further adds to your essence. I feel like you have a very silky essence, a very melodious, silky, beachy kind of essence, which I know might be like a mouthful to hear, but like it's truly beautiful, honestly. And I feel like you guys are blessed by the moon in some kind of way. You're blessed by the moon's light. There's something about you having like your third eye is covered by the moon, but like it's a crescent moon, and it being activated when you sleep or when you're near water, which I find is so cool. Oh my god, this really is Mako mermaids, and like I love it. Giving Mako mermaids, but we can play mermaids together. I'd love to do that. But there's something about the moon being engraved on your forehead between your eyebrows, and that's where the third eye is. There's something about it being activated in a very silver color again. So like silver is very prominent for you. And I almost kind of feel like you have a very active third eye. You have very active, maybe you astral project a lot. Maybe you, like I said, you walk in a lot of different dimensions, and you astral project a lot, or you lucid dream a lot, or there's something about your essence being able to tap into those energies really, really easily if you needed to. I feel like you are very blessed and guided by the moon. You could have a lot of Cancer in your chart, or fourth house placements. Or there's something very significant about your moon placement in your chart, but honestly, this is beautiful. I feel like you derive a lot of wisdom for your shadows too. And although you radiate a lot of like lighter colors, there's something very, I won't say dark, no, but there's something very like secretive and like private and selectiveness about you, which I love. And there's something about you retreating to your little coven, or retreating to your little space, retreating to your little community, or a physical place that you like to go that has a lot of roots for you. And like, I'm hearing Mauritius and Greek, so maybe you're Greek or you're from the Mauritius watching this, but like, there's something about a body of water and you're retreating to that, and it greatly shapes who you are and your essence, basically. Wow. And I feel like this body of water, or just even if you don't live by a body, oh wait a minute, this is water. Oh wow. So like maybe you don't even live near a body of water, but like your essence is very watery. It's very much like, it's so sacred. It's very feminine, very feminine. And I know the Ace of Wands is typically a masculine card, but honestly, I feel like it's a very feminine, passionate energy that you have. I hope it makes sense. It comes through very like watery, very watery. Wow, it's beautiful. But I feel like you guys are very abundant, and I feel like you guys, I'm hearing folklore, like you guys may like to read that a lot, but I feel like your essence is very grounded but watery, and it's silvery, very whimsical, silvery, shimmery color. Yeah, amidst all of this green. So I feel like it's a green color, gold, and a beautiful silver shimmery color. And it's like the silver is like a crest internally, like right in your chest, and it's like waving like a marble. But I feel like outside of you there's like a force field, and it's silvery, it's shimmery, like silver glitters and shimmers all around you. It's so beautiful. I wish you could see it, but I hope you know what I'm saying. And I feel like it's really, really abundant, and it's really, really important to you and your soul. And I feel like the silver color has to do a lot with like your past and your past lives, and the silver color is representative of the places you visited in your past lives, if that makes sense. And I feel like you are very rooted to the physical too. You're very connected to Mother Earth, and I feel like there may be places you're very drawn to and want to visit because your soul has been there before. And I feel like your essence is truly, truly about exploring the world, traveling, finding your physical community here, and connecting to the earth. You have a very earthy vibe, but watery as well. Like, it's so watery the more I tap into it, and it's so beautiful. I feel like you guys may benefit a lot from like moon water. Honestly, I feel like that would help you a lot. And I feel like you guys would benefit from like full moon rituals, new moon rituals, and just tracking the moon. And I feel like that would greatly help you. But I feel like when people are around you, they truly, truly feel like you are like either a mermaid or a witch, but like there's something up about you in the best way. And I feel like people are very drawn to that. They're very drawn to the kind of energy that you have, the energy you hold, the presence you hold, the magnitude of it is what I heard, which is beautiful. I feel like you guys are very elegant and graceful and independent, and you guys are like a baddie. So I love this. I really, really do. But yeah, Path 4, that is what I have for you, and I hope that this resonated with you. Thank you so much for being here. I hope that you have a great day or night. Please like, comment, and subscribe to help this channel grow, and I'll see you again. Bye!